What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Hop in the chat. Let me know how you guys are doing. Hop in the chat. Let's see what we got going on. What is going on tonight? How's everyone doing? Kevin Okwan here. I want to welcome you guys to the Rise webinar. Let me pop on over here and see if we got my boy Hitesh in the house. All right. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. What is going on? I see a bunch of phone callers in here today. All right, what is going on, Bill? What is up, Bill? Is today your birthday? No, it's Bill Bergen, isn't it? Bill Bergen's birthday. I saw that pop up like 2 minutes ago. Just kind of popped across my screen. What's up, Bob? How we doing? What is going on? Maria, what is up? What's up, Phyllis? What is going on? Jim Jones, what's up, my man? How we doing? Richard, good to see you. Good to see you. Al Griff, what is going on? Good to see you from Ohio, my friend. What's up, Otis? Felix, what's up, man? What is going on? David, how we doing? Jay, what is going on? Judith, what is up? Michael, good to see you. Maria, how we doing? How we doing? Bertha, good to see you. Jessica, good to see you. Good to see you. Sunday, how we doing? How we doing? Yeah, I'm doing good, Yvonne. I'm doing good. I had the flu for all of maybe 36 hours. Rest of the family's still kind of recovering. All right, Nick Cole, what is going on? Hopefully you're making some videos from your quad or whatever you call those crazy bikes you ride. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I want to push some people to it because I think you would do awesome with it. What up is Foy? How we doing, Foy? Russ, what is going on? Don, how we doing? How we doing? I think we got Hitesh on here tonight. What is up, Don? Good to see you. Amy, what is up? Bridget, what's going on? Yeah, family's doing good, Nicole. Family doing good. Very good. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. Gina, how we doing? Debbie, what is up? Good to see you. Elizabeth, hey, how we doing? Marcel, Artie. Alicia, is that how you say that? Or is it Alicia? Alicia? I think it's Alicia. All right. Well, it's good to see you guys. It's good to see everyone on here tonight. We're going to do some updates. We have a lot of updates happening across the system. Real quick, hop in the chat. Let me know if you're brand new. You've never been on a webinar with us. You don't know what we're doing here. You're like, whoa, what is happening? Give me a 1 in the chat real quick. I just want to see if we got anyone who hasn't seen anything. All right. We got a couple of you. All right. Very cool. All right. So Hitesh, I see you on here, man. You can pick and hop in here anytime you want to. I'm glad you're on here. These folks will get some awesome value out of this. I do want to go ahead and show you guys what I was kind of planning on doing and some of the stuff that we have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and swap screens and just give you kind of a rundown of what we plan on at least bringing out to you guys, and then we'll get to your questions and some of that, give you guys some of the answers to those questions. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and queue them up, get them ready. But I want to walk through a couple of things that we want to do tonight. And let me know if you guys can see my screen. Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys see this. Just a couple of updates because there's a lot of things happening in the system right now. There's a lot of updates to kind of go over, and then we want to get into some AMA, some Q&A, and get your questions answered. So if that sounds cool, let me know. So I want to do kind of in this order. One, we got some RiseNetwork updates that I want to walk you guys through that are pretty important. And by the way, for AMA is Ask Me Anything. Ask Me Anything, okay? So that is what AMA stands for. Hold on a minute. Let me get a question real quick before we get in this. Can you have a related question? Give a card off for someone? Well, we'll get into that, Jay. Hey, hold on to that question, will you? Because I want to get into that question that you're asking. But I want to go through some of the stuff because some of the stuff is going to, what I'm about to tell you, will answer some of that, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and just make sure you hold on to that. I know you got it kind of typed out already. Hold on to it. Appreciate you. And I think some of the stuff I'm about to go through might answer that. If not, then I want to address it and make sure you get your question answered. All right, appreciate you. So here's what we're going to go through. Some RiseNetwork updates, some UnBox updates, and then we're going to get into some Q&A. On the RiseNetwork side, we're making a lot of changes, okay? We're making a lot of changes inside of the RiseNetwork side. And when I say that, I'm going to show you guys, do a screen share, and I'll show you guys some of those changes that are happening right now. But the major ones are we are actually doing a server upgrade. We're upgrading our server, and we're upgrading some of the systems on the back end. We're doing this and because you guys rock. Give me if you have got movement, if you've been sending people into your links, right? You've been building, you've been getting team members on here, just give me a yes in the chat. I want to see that, because in our roadmap, we're about 2 months ahead of schedule on the traffic that this thing is getting. So what we're doing is we're upgrading the servers. Hitesh has been working his little Indian butt off to get that done. He's been rocking it out on that side. And what's crazy is usually when you do a server upgrades, there's all kinds of downtime. You guys aren't going to see that, all right? But you will see some things that are happening because of we're making a server move. And one is support ticket issues. So if you've went out there and you've had a support ticket get answered, but you're not seeing the answer, this upgrade is going to help that, okay? Just want to make that clear. So if you have a ticket in, over the weekend, you'll start seeing tickets come through if you've submitted a ticket into the Rise Network. So if you have a ticket and you're like, man, they haven't answered this, chances are it's been answered, but it's not emailing back to you because we hit some crazy server limits very, very early into the game, very early into Rise Network. 99% due to you guys rocking it out, sending in traffic and getting results. So I'm pretty excited. Appreciate you guys. Give yourself a little pat on the back because it's a milestone. This was something that we had in the roadmap for a few months out, okay? So crazy stuff. So we're making those server upgrades, and because Hitesh is doing it, and you guys know he's the brain, we're going to have zero downtime, all right? And it'll fix any of the bugs that are in the system. So we're pretty excited about that. So let me know if you guys got that, and we're going to move on to some other things that are happening here. So for those of you who are running commissions, you're referring people into Rise, they're joining, and you're getting commissions on that. We're adding in a new request payout function into the commission section. So this is something that you can basically leave your commissions in there until you're ready to pull them out. They're not automatically sent to you. You'll be able to decide when you want to get them, if you want to let them pile up and hold them off for a rainy day, if you want to send them out, if you want to wait till it gets $100, whatever you want to do, it's all up to you. You guys will be able to do that in the new commission structure, the new commission, I should say, upgrade that we're making to the back office. So if you have never been around us, one thing you'll notice is that we're continuously making upgrades to systems. Hopefully that's something that you guys all want. And if those of you who are looking for this, I know that a few of you have wrote into the help desk saying, hey, I don't want to get paid out instantly. I just want to be able to request it out. So we listen to that. This is coming from you guys. So we want to make sure that you guys are getting that for you. So that's happening as well. And then what we're doing is we're scrubbing accounts to ensure commission accountability. So when we first moved over into UnBox, or over from UpGroup, some people joined before other people, things like that happen. So we're scrubbing the entire organization to make sure that if you have anyone in the system, you are getting your commissions on them, all right? And we're just making sure we have that accountability in place. So if anyone's missing a person, you will see them in there. All right, we're also doing a free training update. I want to show you guys something that I'm putting in place for you. So those of you who are new into UpGroup and UnBox and all the stuff that we're doing here, I want to pop on over to another screen and show you guys something that we are doing that is going live tonight that I think you will like. So if you go into your back office, you go over into your dashboard right here. All right, you see this, My Business Centers. So one that's going live tonight is this right here. All right, that's going live tonight. And what this is going to do, this UnBox platform, every business center that we have inside of UnBox, all these business centers, if you come inside of UnBox, all of these, we're going to be having entire tutorials on how to use all this stuff. So you guys, if you need information on it, you got it, right? And what we're doing is tonight, this one goes live, the UnBox platform. What that's going to do for you guys who are unsure of how to navigate the back office. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're unsure how to navigate the back office, or you're not sure what coupon codes do, or you're not sure how commission structures work. Okay? Well, that is exactly what we're doing. So one of the things that we have going live tonight is this course right here. It's called Unboxing UnBox. It has a back office tour that's going to walk you guys all the way through UnBox and everything you need to do. It's going to show you again how to get a discount when signing up. It's going to show you how to set up your entire account inside of UnBox, basically connecting the platforms. It's going to show you using gift cards, and then we're going to get into the commission structure. These are all separate videos, anywhere from 10 minutes to 2 minutes to 17 minutes, depending on the topic. And this will walk you through everything you need to know in UnBox. So if you're going back in UnBox and you're like, I'm not sure what, when I go over to my product catalog and I click on this, I'm not sure when and how I should be using these coupons. Well, this will give you the answer to that. And it will tell you what you're getting paid on this kind of stuff, right? The MD coupons that you have right here that you guys can use, how to connect your accounts, connect your metabolic accounts, connect your naturally essential accounts, how to give out the UnBox MDWS coupons, which are for wholesalers. So all of that is included in that training. All right, that'll be live tonight. All the videos are done for you guys, so it'll be up there. You guys can cruise through that stuff. And it'll give you, if you're bringing people on that are new, a better understanding of how to use the system as a whole, because UnBox is growing fast. In fact, one of the things that is popping up very, very quickly is this right here, the Carefree Now. Okay, CFN is going live. And for some of you, you are in there and you might have already clicked on this apply, and there's a tutorial that's going to walk you through how to do this. You're just applying for it, and then you get it activated on your account, and boom, there you go. You're off to the races. Okay, so a lot of updates from our end on training and helping you guys navigate these things, because our goal is to make sure that you can grow an income, substantial income, whether you're recruiting people into something, whether you're not recruiting people into something, whether you're just giving away gift cards, where you're out there going and introducing people into Carefree Now. There's so many different ways to make money here that sometimes we have to step back and look at those on an individual basis to see, look, which one do I really like the most? Some of you are all about the Carefree Now. I know you are. That's because I am. And a lot of you you might be into Smoke Well Gold or metabolic design. The point is, there's so many ways to make money with this. I mean, every other company that is out there, any other company would be just doing one thing, and that's their entire business model. And that, my friends, is why you typically fail. So that's what we're doing on the RiseNetwork side. Now, on the UnBox side, there's been a few updates that have happened. And I don't know if you guys caught this, but in the Facebook group, Hitesh made a video of this. Who here caught that? Caught the video that Hitesh made in the Facebook group where he walked you guys through it? Yeah. And did you fall off your chair? Right? I mean, this is pretty crazy. So one of the major things that is happening inside of UnBox, and one of the misconceptions that even we had, all right, is with gift cards. All right, when you go over to your gift card printer, when you do this, you see your UnBox points, and you see that I have 300 of these. Okay, 300 of these points. When I make a gift card for metabolic design, for example, I'm not taking, I can have that gift card out there for 30 days. All right, and it's not, when somebody uses it, it doesn't take away from that $300. It's just, they just can keep using it perpetually. Okay. So I'll post a link to that video that Hitesh did, and actually he's on, so he can explain it as well. But this gives you guys the ability to make as much money as you want in these verticals, which is something that we were insanely excited about and something that we were wanting them to do, which they did. So this company, it's just proof again that they have some crazy foresight into what they're doing. And this is why they're a multi-billion-dollar company, right? So Hitesh, real quick, if you're on, is there anything you want to chime in on this stuff?
I am on. And there were actually quite a few things I wanted to say something about, but I didn't want to be distracting. So I actually want to address a few things. By the way, guys, if you did fall off your chair, you might be able to apply in CFN for personal injury settlements.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, don't do that. Let me just walk you guys through a couple of things. First of all, on the gift card side, what Kevin just described basically means that you can run cold traffic to your actual gift cards and not worry about them getting used up. Okay, so you can produce one gift card for each vertical, for each product type, and you can run all sorts of traffic to it. And in fact, one of our focuses going forward in RiseNetwork is going to be showing you what those cold market funnels look like for each of these different verticals. No, your points do not carry over to next month, but here's the thing, they don't accumulate, but you don't need them to, you don't want them to, it doesn't matter if they do, okay? Because you could produce a $10 gift card and have it be used 100 times in the same month, and That's perfectly fine. That means you can basically give out $1,000 in those incentives, and it'll only count as $10 out of your points. So you'll still have 290 left, even though $1,000 worth of discounts have been issued to your contacts. Okay, so you don't need these points to accumulate. You don't need to worry about are they going to roll over to next month. Each month they refresh back to 300 or 100, whatever you're on. The only exclusion to this that I'm aware of at the moment is the healthcare side of CFN. Okay, not all of CFN, but just the healthcare portion. In the healthcare portion, each card that you produce is limited to one use. Okay, that's the only place where that's a limitation, and that's actually where this misunderstanding came from. Is they described that to us that there will be a limitation on the card usage, and we assumed that meant for everything, but it doesn't. It only applies to the healthcare side. Now, further, I have had 4 different people at least ask me about the limitations that are described when you click on the Apply Now button on CFN. Actually, Kevin, if you could do us a favor and go to Business Centers and click on Apply Now, you can actually see some guidelines that they give you for the healthcare side of things. And just click on the button, please. And so it says, only refer in people with whom you have a personal connection, such as friends, families, neighbors, and so on. Now, this is referring to the healthcare side, okay, to the health portion. This is not referring to the other portions inside CFN. Those other sides include the tort side. It includes settlements, include legal services. It also includes certain fitness services and some other things that will be added in there. As of right now, what I've been told, CFN will have about 12 different offerings inside of it. And you will get paid on each of the 12 separately. So you could refer the same person in and actually get paid multiple times on them. And that's, again, very, very important to understand and remember. So when you're planning out, what will my income look like? What will the usage of cards look like? What do my structures look like of my business overall? There's a lot more going on here than we even anticipated at first. This is one of the reasons why we are creating one new resource for each business center inside of RiseNetwork, so we can walk you through all the different nuances of each of these industries. I also want to take a second to go over gift cards specifically, Kevin, if that's fine.
Go for it, definitely.
Because I've seen now multiple questions about how do gift cards actually work? Do I need to give people my link to sign up and so on? So let's make this super easy to understand. I want you to think of the gift cards in very physical sense. Imagine that you are walking in the mall and somebody gives you a gift card to McDonald's, okay? There is nothing on that gift card that says who it's from, where it's from, or anything like that. It is literally just saying, this is a gift card for you to go to McDonald's and get yourself burgers or whatever you want. That's how these gift cards work. There's nothing indicative on them that says that this is an affiliate gift card or anything like that. You literally just give that code, this gift card code, to somebody. They will go and use it, and UnBox's system figures out that that gift card came from you. Okay, so when Kevin uses this test 12 code, whoever uses that, it will automatically figure out that this came from Kevin. So you don't need to give them your affiliate link, and you don't want to give your affiliate link because, frankly, most people are savvy enough that when they see an affiliate link, they immediately think in their mind, this guy's trying to sell me something, I don't want to buy it. But instead, if you give them a gift card that doesn't say anything of the type, they actually genuinely think they got a gift card, which is how you want this to be treated. So you don't need to give them your link. When they use the gift card, if they're a brand new user, if they've never purchased before from the site, they will be credited to you and they will be tied to you permanently. So when they purchase products again from Metabolic Design in this case, you will get credited for that sale again. So you do not need to go back and have them re-sign up with the site or anything like that. It just will happen automatically. Okay, so the first time they go to the site, they use your gift card, they complete a purchase. Now they're perpetually attached to you, and you do not need to have them go back again with an affiliate link or anything like that. If you do not have a gift card, if you don't want to give a gift card, you can just give somebody your affiliate link, and that also works the exact same way. Okay, hopefully that addresses all the questions related to gift cards. Okay, this gift card link option right here, you'll see it's pre-populated with metabolic design because this is a metabolic design gift card. Now, some of you, especially when you start doing cold marketing, and again, this speaks to their foresight, and I now understand much more why this option even exists here. The reason why it exists is because they intended this for you guys to be able to drive cold traffic to these coupons. Okay. Now, you cannot run cold traffic to these gift cards if all of them say metabolic design on them necessarily, right? You might want to custom create some gift cards and you might want to put a different link there, like your own domain name. And so that's why that gift card link exists there. You can put a different link there and just put a redirect in place that it will go to metabolic design afterwards. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're somebody who has a website or you have a store, you have a Shopify store or eventually a block commerce store. Wherever you might have, you can put a link there. An individual can go to your store or to your website, and then you can redirect them to metabolic design. Or they can land on your store and you can say, to take advantage of this store, please go to our partner site, and they can click a link and go to metabolic design. Now that gives you the ability to capture traffic to your own store and capture traffic to your own site. You can also build a whole list out of this. To give you a simple example, you could give this code out. This could be an opt-in page link. And on there it says, to redeem this offer or to validate your gift card, please enter your email address below. They enter the email address. Immediately after that, it says, thank you, a link has been sent to you. Please click that link to be able to go to the store and purchase. And that link is to metabolic design. Now what you have done is you started building a list of CBD buyers even before they place an order. Now you can do a lot of other stuff with that. And these are some of the things that we'll be teaching you guys in RiseNetwork as well.
Yeah, I was going to say you're getting into inner circle territory.
Yeah, but again, that's kind of what I'm getting at. This is kind of the stuff that you guys will understand. This update, not really an update, but this understanding, this realization that these gift cards are not limited to a single use, completely change what you can do with this. Each vertical in here now, each business center is a massive business of its own. And they have literally given you the best incentive that exists, which is actual money. They've given you the best incentive that you can give to someone to get them to join your list. So this is a pretty nice, wonderful offer to have. And that's why they had this gift card link option in here this whole time. And honestly, I thought that they didn't know what they were doing. And now I realized that they actually knew better than what we realized. So anyways, that hopefully covers everything about the gift cards. If you guys have any more questions, okay, please let us know. We will cover that as well. But we have many more topics to also go over. Okay. So I think Kevin is just showing you guys how this works.
Yeah. So if for those of you in the inner circle, we'll be talking a lot about this. If you have your own domain name, which costs you $10 to do, a year, ridiculously cheap, and then you can start sending people to your website. Like Hitesh said, have a capture page. It captures them. Now you can email them, follow up with them, have a communication with them. And here's the thing, it all ties together. Let's say somebody comes in for CBD. A human is a human is a human. All right. If they come in because they like CBDs and they're trying to get a discount code, even if they never use it, even if they don't use this, now they're on my list. And now I can email them about other stuff like CFN or like RiseNetwork. Do you guys see the possibility there? So every time you guys are generating what we call a lead, and we get into this stuff heavily in the inner circle, now you can start sending them emails, building relationships, and having multiple income streams. And I want to back one thing up, Hitesh, and go over something, because you mentioned something that I didn't see the chat go crazy for, which they should have. So this right here, when we get into CFN, real quick, okay? Let's say somebody comes into CFN and they create their account. What is the income potential on that? As far as not how much, but how many different streams can they earn from in there?
As of right now, at least 12.
Okay. At least 12 guys.
Yeah.
So,
and again, elaborate. They won't all be there immediately. I believe they're going to roll them out over time because there are quite a few different things involved in that, but they're going to have multiple immediately. So when we get approved in here, we're going to see multiples of these opportunities immediately. and they actually, each of them have their own separate payout, and some of them are actually very high payouts. So I'm pretty excited for you guys to actually see this. Felix, they will not be reaching out to previous users. So guys, this is so important. So for any of you who promoted CFN's old version when back in April, May, June, sometime in that time period, if you did promote it back then, this is your opportunity to go back to those people, go back to the users you generated back then and bring them in. Again, they are not going to reach out to those members. They're not going to connect with any previous patients. They are treating this very much as we acquired technology. We did not acquire patient data, and they're very careful about security of patient data. So they're not going to touch that. They're not going to mess with that. Bill, there are no age limits on CFN, because there are things in here that range from, honestly, stuff for kids all the way to, people in their 80s. So you will not have any specific age restriction. Now, there are age restrictions on very specific things inside it, right? There are certain options that might only be available for certain people in different age ranges, but that's, between the patient and them. That's not for us to decide or figure out. And yes, Maria and everybody else on here, if you are somebody who will benefit from the services inside CFN, you absolutely should use it. Just like if you will benefit from CBD products, you should be buying Metabolic Design CBD products. It's the exact same thing, okay? Let me answer some of the. So it's not related to health. No, there is stuff related to health insurance, and there's also stuff not related to health insurance in there. There actually also earlier today at about, I believe it was about 1 o'clock my time, we were in a call and they were telling me about how they're actually working with certain providers where they will even have cash options for people who just want to pay cash to get certain stuff done. So this is massively expansive compared to what it was before. Okay, so I don't want to go into too much because you guys are going to see this and I want to tell you guys stuff in their own language. I don't want to go into too much myself. However, I do want to make it clear because they said this in the email and I hope everybody saw the email from UnBox about this. Only healthcare portion of CFN is going to be limited to friends and family. Cold traffic marketing is available, it is possible, and it is heavily encouraged by them for other verticals such as tort, such as legal settlements, and so on. So we are actually going to have a field day on the RiseNetwork side, teaching you guys about all of the different industries and all of the different market research data that we can go after and how you can target the right people and basically help them out. Okay, so we're going to do all of that. Now, Jeff, I did not miss your question earlier. Interesting enough, the very next question on my list to go over is about preferred partners and what are some of the extra things, because they're very vague about some of the stuff that they talk about. Okay, so I want to go over some of the extra things that are back there. So preferred partners are actually going to have their own members area. There'll be a section here. The reason why there's this page currently named miscellaneous, there'll be a whole section for you guys if you are in the preferred partner program. And you actually get to do a few different things. First of all, there are many times going to be questions and polls back there for you guys to give your input on. Secondly, you are going to get early access. Preferred partner people get early access to certain programs. So for example, the payment processing and business services side is going to get early access for preferred partners only. And I'm told that that will be the rollout for travel portion as well. So that's going to be one of the things that you're going to see back there. In addition to that, each of these different verticals that are going on, and now, of course, since we understand that these gift cards are designed for perpetual use and multiple usage, when you have the Pages product launched, which will also be released first to preferred partner members, you will actually have pre-connected funnels, if you want to call them, or pages, if you want to call them. I mean, they are literally pages. I guess they chose the name well, but it's now going to be more confusing for me to describe stuff. You're going to have pre-built pages in there where you will be able to offer incentives with these gift cards. And when somebody signs up, they're automatically added to your list within this system. Okay, so there's a whole lot of stuff that's happening in here that's going to be coming out here. And it's It's going to be beautiful, but this is all going to happen sometime in the first quarter of 2020, which obviously is only 18 days away. Okay.
Which I'm excited for this, by the way. I'm insanely excited for Pages, but I'm actually glad it's not out yet, just from the standpoint of we have a lot of stuff to do already. We have so much to make money with right now. I don't want to toss it. And
also, guys, it's very important that we all understand those tools, these extra tools, are only going to be a distraction, and they're not going to be useful unless all of these different verticals are actually up and running first. So from their perspective, and the way they're rolling this out makes a lot of sense, right? What's the point of releasing a tool set which is just blank, it's empty, when there aren't enough verticals connected to it? So they're rolling out these verticals first, and then they're going to be releasing the tool set to make it work. Okay. There was one more question. I think somebody had asked, are all these verticals for USA residents only? And there was another question about, if I'm in the Philippines, can I still promote this? Yes, you can absolutely promote this if you're in the Philippines. It's exactly the same as if you're in the Philippines and you are selling products on Amazon. Who is buying the products? Well, they're Americans, right? They're US citizens in the US buying those products, right? Let's call them US residents. They're buying the products over here. It's the same thing for a lot of these verticals, and especially for CFN. These are services that are targeted to US residents, and keynote residents, not necessarily just citizens. As long as they're legally here, they're fine. I'm going to stop there before it gets into territories that I should not go into. Okay. Can we use CFN medical services to warm traffic, but not to people we know in person? You can share anything about CFN medical services with anybody that you want, as long as it is not being done via what we call cold marketing. So if you're running radio ads or TV ads or newspaper ads or Facebook ads or any kind of media buying, that's what they're saying we don't want you to do. Their intention is not for medical services to be advertised like that, because it opens up the system to a lot of fraud. Their point is that this is really for your friends and family. And it makes a lot of sense, because remember, that's going to consume the gift cards that you issue. Because it costs $49 and it consumes one full gift card each time you give it out. So that means if you're an elite member, you have the ability to bring in about 6 people on the medical side every single month if you use all of your points just for that. And that's exactly why they're saying that portion is limited to friends and family. So it's limited to basically your warm market. And majority of the people do not have more than 10 or 12 people in their warm market. Okay, Joshua, you was accepted in preferred partner last week. That is awesome. Judith, you could not have filled out the form a few days ago. I believe the form was made available yesterday. So I think you filled it out yesterday. So it should, whenever you filled it out, I think they give you a date on there. I remember when I first filled it out, and I filled it out immediately when it came out, it gave me a date of this is when it's estimated that that you will have access to it.
That was the night, for me, that was the night before last, because as soon as it was there, I was calling you.
Yeah.
So
with a lot of questions, a lot of concerns, which is where we got the clarity. Honestly, guys, that's how we figured out the stuff about the gift cards, is because of the questions that came up.
Thank God it catches us up at 4 a.m. every day.
Okay, let's talk about a few things on the Rise Network side quick. Okay, so first of all, like I said, we're going to be covering a bunch of new cold market traffic strategies for these different verticals. But one of the key sections that we're going to be going over with you guys is a cold market funnel for Rise Network itself. Okay, so there's going to be a new Rise Network video that we are making that will be a standalone video that explains why Rise is the best opportunity available and why they need to create their account. What we have noticed is that people have a tough time right now explaining what Rise Network is, and they have a tough time driving traffic to a page that has multiple things on it. That's not really suitable for cold market. That works well if you have a list already or you have a group already that you're communicating with. It doesn't work quite as well when you're just sending traffic there. So we actually have a new standalone single video with a single button below it for them to create their account that's coming out. You'll be able to drive traffic there. We have also put out a new swipe for a solo ad that if you guys want to run, because there's a lot of people who have asked about running a solo ad recently, you can actually run that. We put out a new swipe that you can use for it. You'll get a pretty good opens and clicks from it. It has the right balance of spammy and still tied into what the page is asking you to do. However, I have a suggestion for this, which is purely for you guys to follow if you want to. There are quite a few people in RiseNetwork, let's just say at least 10 or 12 people right now who immediately would run a solo ad. I suggest that you guys interact on Facebook with each other through the group and actually run an ad together, because you will get cheaper pricing with that. You can choose the best providers. Any of you who are, planning on running one already, it's good for you to kind of just do it together. Additionally, there is a synergistic effect. If you buy and run the same ad with 4 or 5 solo ad providers together, what ends up happening is that they have a lot of overlap between their lists. And so suddenly these individuals receive the same email or similar email to the same page from all these different people, right? All these different senders. And they feel like this is some new phenomena and they have to get in on it. And it creates a lot of buzz and creates a lot of action, and you start getting a lot more value for your money. So we've actually used that strategy ourselves, where we'll actually go out and we'll coordinate and create these kind of launches. So you guys can do that as well. Now, many of you will probably not have the budget to do that. And that's why I'm suggesting you can probably work together with other people who are planning on doing it as well. So if that is the case, if you guys want to do something like that, then Kevin, maybe we should make like a single post. We will do that at some point tonight. We'll create a single post, and then you guys can, interact with each other on there. Anybody who wants to run a solo ad together can comment, and you guys can then coordinate that amongst each other. Keep in mind, this is separate from the co-op. It is separate from what we are doing, but this is helpful for those of you who are taking action now.
Yep, and I actually put that swipe file in there. That's going to be on this page as well, guys. I'll have a solo ad swipe file sitting right here, and it'll have your links in it. So after the webinar, you'll see it there.
And keep in mind, guys, that swipe files are fundamentally different from solo ads. Okay, swipe files are emails that you send out to lists or subscribers you already have some contact with. So for example, if you receive an email from Kevin or me that says the next chapter in e-commerce and affiliate marketing as a subject line, you're probably going to open it and check out what we are talking about, right? But if you get that same email from a random solo ad provider, you're just going to ignore it because it's extra unnecessary information. You're not plugged in with them. So the emails that you send out with a solo ad provider, they need to be much more grabby in terms of attention. They need to invoke the right kind of, oh, I need to check out what this is right now. They have to be very short. They don't describe stuff. For example, when you see this whole paragraph about over the last 5 years, we have witnessed the rise of e-commerce giants. Yeah, nobody cares if it's coming from a random person that they don't know. So the solo ads, the swipes for that, you will notice are much spammier and shorter in nature. There is a reason for that. Do not send emails like that to your list. Those are emails that you give to sellers and senders to send to their lists to get the traffic to you. But then you treat those people with emails like this, where there's information, there's a cogent sense behind why you are telling them what you're telling them. Okay. So I just want to be very clear about the emails that we're giving you as solo ad swipes should not be sent to your actual list. Okay. Let's look at the next question. Okay, tons of questions about the co-op, tons of questions about how do we get in on it, I missed it, and so on. Okay, who is on the webinar right now that wanted to get in the co-op and did not get in the co-op? Okay, so immediately, quite a few people, whole bunch of people. Okay, so here's what happened, guys. We opened it. We had a limit of 25 people that we had instituted at the time. And the reason we instituted that limit is because we did not want to send too much traffic because our servers were not really equipped for that. Tonight, we will be moving to the new server set. So we're going to start the co-op traffic next week. Okay. As such, as soon as that update is done, we are going to reopen the co-op one more time. So for all of you who are not in it yet, remember the 2 conditions. You have to be an Inner Circle member, and you have to be on the webinar where we will open it and then we will close it. Okay, so those are the only 2 conditions. If you can follow those 2 conditions, you can get in as well. Okay, it's not going to be open right now. It's going to be open once the server upgrade is completed. We are going to be doing a special webinar tomorrow. Kevin, if you can confirm, we're going to be doing a webinar tomorrow for Inner Circle members.
We definitely are. I'll show you what. Everyone who's in the Inner Circle, if you're in the Inner Circle, give me a 1 in the chat real quick. And I'll show you something right now. Okay. So this brings me to, this is good. So we have a bonus Friday, December 13th, Inner Circle webinar. If you go in your back office in the Inner Circle, go to VIP, go to Inner Circle, you'll see a link for that right here. Okay. Yeah, there's a link for it right there. And then also, if you're looking for replays, these AMA, we did an AMA Ask Me Anything webinar on the Inner Circle on Tuesday.
Here's an AMA question for you, Kevin. Do you know how to spell webinar?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm
Did I miss it?
I need to stop. It's
no. That's Japanese. It's fine.
Oh, it's webinar. Okay,
yes,
I get it.
Yes.
My apologies. No, that makes so much more sense.
So with the misspellings also there, go watch this right here. Go check this out. This is the one we did on December 10th. This is Hitesh and I. And then some of the recordings for the AMAs that we do will be on that page as well. That's one of the updates. And then we have the bonus webinar that we're doing tomorrow. You guys can go register for that. So if you're in the Inner Circle, go register for that bad boy. Can I check if you're charged, you are in the co-op. So we'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow as well. But we're merging accounts. Some people, if you jumped on the co-op and it prompted you to merge to create a new account for it, just give me a 2 in the chat real quick, if that's you. Okay. So that right there, what's happening is those accounts that you created are being merged into your existing account. That's why you don't see it on your account, but you will. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Yes, tomorrow night's webinar will be recorded, and we'll have it right here in this Inner Circle AMA.
And yes, we will be sending an email out for the webinar tomorrow. So you guys will get that. It is not going through the server that we have already that we have had issues with the support desk and so on. So you will receive a reminder for the webinar tomorrow. You will want to be on the webinar tomorrow, assuming that all the server updates that we are finishing up tonight, all of them get done. On the webinar tomorrow, we will likely open up the co-op once more for the people who are on the webinar. So if you want to get in on the co-op, you want to understand everything about it, we're going to go through it one more time. We're going to explain what the co-op exactly is, how it functions. We're going to show you the pages for it. And then we are going to open it up for the members who missed it out last time. And that is assuming that all the server upgrades are done. Okay. Which right now looks like a 95% likelihood that will be all done. That is correct, Joshua. If you already paid $199, you're already in the co-op. You just have to be an Inner Circle member, and then the co-op itself is $199. That's a one-time thing, and it includes traffic that you will be getting immediately. Okay, so George has a question. I don't have many people on my team. What do you recommend, to focus on bringing in new people on Rise or to focus on giving away gift cards? Okay, so since you don't have a lot of people on your team, that means you should be doing both right now. Okay, you absolutely should be doing both. Part of the reason why we are putting together the co-op and we are putting together all these resources for marketing is because majority of the people are not going to end up with a lot of people on their team unless they have a mechanism to bring those people in. Okay, so we are working on this. We are setting up the co-op and all these things specifically to help you get more people on your team. So you will want to be on the webinar tomorrow. If you're not Inner Circle member, please make sure you are an Inner Circle member by tomorrow, because you will want to be on this call. And guys, I need to mention this. I completely forgot, and I'm sorry, Kevin, I forgot to tell you about this as well. So currently there is an incentive for preferred partner program, where when you join the preferred partner program, we also give you Inner Circle membership alongside it. Okay. That is not going to happen anymore after December something, I think the 22nd. Okay. There's a date in December, which I will receive confirmation on, but just because somebody joins the preferred partner program, they are not going to receive access to Inner Circle going forward. Okay. So if you are on the fence and you're like, oh, I really want to join this, I am planning on getting this, you probably want to get that sometime in this month. I will give you guys the date when I actually receive the date from them. But this is actually one of the things. They do not want any third-party dependence back here at all for what is being offered by them. So they've asked us to remove that as an incentive. At least it won't be listed back here. So just be aware that that's going to happen. And yes, RiseCom is back here. Kev, do you want to just walk through RiseCom real quick?
Yeah, hold on a second. If I have it on this account. Yeah, and basically, and also if people who are in the co-op, Hitesh, this initial, before we kick it off, all those folks, I'm giving them access to RiseCom. Yeah, it's giving me an order form.
And we should actually go over this tomorrow as well. So guys, the agenda for tomorrow's webinar is we're going to go over RiseCom. We're actually going to go over one more thing that is not in RiseCom yet, but it's going to be added in there. We are also going to go over how the co-op is going to function and all of the things that, around that. And we are going to open the co-op up. Alongside it, when you get the co-op, you're also going to get RiseCom. Okay, so there's going to be a whole bunch of good things that are going to be happening tomorrow. Please make sure you're on if that's something that you want to do. Scott, no, the co-op leads that are generated, they actually are your downline, the actual members. The co-op literally generates, if you want to call them signups for you inside RiseNetwork. Okay, so they're not just leads, they're not opt-ins that end up in Kypron lead system or anything like that. They're actual signups under you that you can then work with. Yeah, so Robert, the preferred partner program is essentially three things. One, it's a mechanism for you to save a lot more money because you don't pay any monthly billings going forward with them. Second, you get a lot more money up front. You get basically what you spend, you get back immediately in points and so on there. So there's a bunch of stuff that you get there. You also get access to Inner Circle. For now, you won't get that once some of these changes are made. However, the bigger incentive, in my opinion, is some of the other things that you get with it. You do get, as that number of people who are in the preferred partner program grows, their intention is to have a sizable user base, specifically on the preferred partner program side, that they can then work with. And they are going to be launching things in coordination with them. New verticals that are coming out, new certain access points being given to them, and in some cases, extra incentives that are given as well. So there's quite a few different incentives there and benefits there. The biggest and the most obvious one from our perspective is that you simply save a lot of money because you never pay your $99 a month for a lead ever again. You also don't pay anything for Pages. When Pages launches, that's going to be a $67 a month program, and you never pay for it because you're a preferred partner.
Yeah, and this is what's going on inside of RiseCom, and we'll talk more about this on the webinar. But there's a ton of stuff back here. 83 videos in eBay, eCom on steroids, and then 94 in the Daily Profit Guru. Like it's nutty how much stuff is back here.
And guys, these are also going to be purchasable products, which you will be able to earn commissions on.
Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy how much stuff is back here. We'll talk more about this, but it's nutty.
Yeah.
All right. Any more questions, guys?
Yes, there is a question about if I'm doing drop shipping as an elite member on Essential Oils, where can I find all my costs, including discounts and shipping? Actually, the easiest way to do it is to go to the Essential Oils site, go to the checkout, add products to your cart that you want to put in the cart, put in your code, which is, I believe it is Neo UnBox something. When you use that code, you will be shown what your net price is. So you will be able to calculate your actual net for those products just from there. Will we lose Skype when pages is released? Yes and no. You won't lose it in that it'll still be there and you will be able to get access to the leads and data that you have in there. They have confirmed that for us, but it's no longer going to be maintained and it is going to eventually just, be taken down because again, it won't be actively used after that. Otis, I will get you the answer to that question. I actually do not know. I will need to ask them that. Okay, your UnBox code. So your UnBox code for Neo is in your back office. Kevin, could you go to the UnBox website real quick? You'll go to your product catalog. And in the product catalog, you will have your Naturally Essentials thing connected. And then you will click on the blue right-hand side button, the coupon button right there, and it'll show you coupons like this. So yours should be something like UnBox Neo Elite. That's the code that you want to use on the Neo website to see what your net price is going to be. Kevin, do you remember which webinar the cheat sheet was on?
We can dig it up.
We'll dig it out. And
you've done it like 3 times. So we'll dig it up.
We will post it somewhere. And also, Bill, honestly, the question about will we lose Skype when page releases, it's so, for me, that's so far in the future that it's not really something that I'm concerned with quite yet. I'm much more concerned with, what's in front of us right now. And really, my biggest concern is, are we going to actively and properly use the next 18 days of this year to make sure that 2020 is going to be absolutely massive for us? And that's what the UnBox guys are doing as well. They're very much focused on making sure the next quarters and everything is done well. So the whole question right now is, can we make sure that we have the proper foundation in place for all these things to run off, properly once we launch? And that's what I would focus on right now. I would not be worried about what's coming out in Q1.
And guys, it's right here. So if you go to the webinar replays, this November 29th webinar replay, I see you going over it right here. Just go in about an hour and 10 minutes.
So Jay has a really, really good question. Okay. And I want to talk about this. Now, this is going to be a very rare scenario if it ever happens, but I still want to address it. So here's Jay's question, just so everybody is aware of it, because I don't think this one, he just sent it to the panelists. If I give out a gift card that gets me a customer and the following week, my customer now gets a gift card from another affiliate, do I lose my customer to the new affiliate? Okay. So the answer is no. You lose that sale, but not the customer. So if you are the first person who referred them and they joined and they purchased through you the first time, they are now your customer. Okay. They're actually attached to you. When they make any purchases, they're going to be making purchases. They'll be credited to you. However, when they receive a separate gift card and they use that gift card for one particular sale, that sale is credited to the other affiliate. And there are some other rules that play into that whole thing that I don't know exactly what those rules are, because honestly, I don't look at that code, right? Thankfully, for the first time in my life, I can very excitedly say I haven't looked at that code because not my company, not my code. But here's the thing. I want you to think about this logically. First of all, vast majority of the time, that's just not going to happen. Okay, the odds of that happening are so minuscule that we shouldn't be worried about. But now that we know that these gift cards are perpetual use, when you gave that gift card to your customer and they signed up, when they go next week to purchase again, they'll just use the same gift card. They have no reason to go out and find a different gift card from some other provider. They'll simply use the same gift card you gave them before. And you don't have to worry about, oh, my gift card would have expired by then, because they are perpetual use, right? They can be used over and over. So one, you don't need to worry about that incident happening. That's a very, very rare incident. Second, they do have contingencies for those cases, so you don't lose your customer. Third, that really won't happen now that you realize that your same gift card can be used multiple times by the same customer. So you don't have to worry about that anyway. Okay. So hopefully that helps you sleep tonight without worrying about that particular very rare potential hypothetical. Can you give a gift card on second order in future? Yeah, absolutely. You can give them gift cards whenever you want. They could be buying their 10th order from you and you can give them a gift card. You could actually literally, honestly, and this is now inner circle territory, but really what you should be doing is building a list with these gift cards as the incentive and then sending a mail and saying, hey, tomorrow, if this is your 5th order, message me and I'm going to give you an extra gift card. Instead of 10, I'm going to give you $15 off. You can do stuff like that and drive sales. It's very easy for you to do. Can we drive cold traffic to the hemp vertical? Absolutely. There's no reason not to. In fact, it's an amazing vertical for cold traffic because there is honestly no real competition there right now. And the next product that they're releasing is actually, and guys, just so you're all aware, okay, I do not drink, I do not smoke outside of water and some other very mild drinks like it. So this is not a vertical that I'm interested in personally, okay, as opposed to Kevin. Like Kevin has a good interest in this space.
Yep.
I'm interested in this vertical purely from a monetary and business perspective, okay? It's like I'm like a vegan that owns a butcher shop because it's good business. That's basically what it's like right now. When I look at this market, there is no real competition in this space at the moment because there are very few people who have the right genetics to be able to produce what's smokable hemp, okay? People just don't have the genetics, the strains to be able to grow that crop. So this is a very unique situation already that we have access to the product. But the next product that they're coming out within that range is actual cigarettes, which are not tobacco, that are actually quote unquote healthy. And that's a whole other market. That's a massive market. For me, that's a great market to work with for people who are looking to quit smoking. And instead of just giving them this packet of flour that they then smoke, instead they're actually getting a little box that actually very much looks and feels like cigarettes. So it's a completely different industry. It's a model that you can really grow a massive income out of if you capitalize on it and you drive the traffic for it. And like I said, there is no real competition on it. So this is like having access to a product in the good old days on Amazon that nobody else can get the buy box from you on. That's basically what it's like. So we are going to be doing a lot of training specifically on cold traffic and how to drive cold traffic to these industries. And again, remember in Q1, so many things are going to change. For many of you, what you're going to end up doing is clicking a button, getting your own store created, clicking another button and getting these products showing up on your store and having people and basically driving traffic to your new store, people buying from you, and you're getting commissions on that. There's all sorts of fun stuff that we'll be able to do like that next year. But for now, like I said, you need to be setting up the foundations for these things.
Norman, you just got the crazy question award. Kevin, if you're giving co-op members free access to EOS, are you taking a commission from me if I have members that would get a commission? Are you going to keep doing this? No. So from right now, it's Christmas. It's like, we're in December. And anyone, if you're getting in the co-op in this initial burst, right? This ends on Monday, right? We'll end this. Then yes, I'm giving people access to EOS. Why? I want them to have as much value as humanly possible.
Well, there's a completely opposite side to this also, Norman. The opposite side to this is that there are people who might have been on the fence about joining the co-op, but getting access to RiseCom and daily, that whole section is the thing that helps convert them to actually get the co-op. Now, here is why I want that to happen. Here's why you need that to happen. You want as many people as possible, no matter how you incentivize them, to get on the co-op. Because 95 to 97% of people in any business do not know how to drive traffic and will not replicate. If you can get them on the co-op, now you've suddenly gotten yourself one of those unique 2 to 3% of people who are going to actually get, some kind of replication. So you have now suddenly turned a person who would have been worth to you, let's say they were going to pay for the commission, so they would have been worth $80 to you, okay? Big deal. You have now turned them into a person who will instead go in here, start replicating, and it's probably going to make you 8,000 to 10,000 in commissions. And that's how you want to be thinking. That's what we are trying to do right now. What we are trying to do over and over is establish a core base of individuals who are going to actually take advantage of the co-op and get traffic going. And that's what we're trying to do for you guys as well. So if you have people in RiseNetwork right now, which Norman, we obviously know that you do. We want to get them onto the co-op, no matter what it takes right now, because that's going to make you the most amount of money possible. Okay. Now, once that is done, like I said, Q1 is a completely different story. Q1, this all changes. Q1, our focus shifts from how do we get people on the co-op to, okay, we have our core base of people, we're getting all this traffic going. Now it's all about how can we monetize? How can we help you monetize your existing members even better? How can we make sure that you're earning even more commissions? And that's when all these products start having that value. They start getting the scenario where every day, pretty much, you start getting a new sale. I'm losing money here. Yes and no, Jack. I would never say that something is a way to dig yourself out of a hole in that way. First, we have to identify why are you losing money. You should not be losing money with a system like this. So first, we have to identify why that is happening. Then we have to identify, does the co-op fix that specific problem for you? If the reason that you are not being successful right now is that you are running ads or you're spending money on advertising and you're not getting good results, then yes, the co-op can be a good way to fix that problem. But at the same time, if the reason is that you're running ads, you're getting decent conversions, but the follow-up system is really poor, or there is no follow-up, or it's tough to explain these things, then you have to be looking at a different problem to resolve. And again, like I said, we are working on some of those things as well, like a new sales funnel for R.I.S.E web, for R.I.S.E itself and so on. So, you will need to get more specific about these things and tell me exactly what's going on. This is the difference between somebody going to a doctor and saying, I don't feel so good, versus somebody going to a doctor and saying, I fell down and broke my fourth toe and that's why I'm in pain. Now I can do something about it. While in the first case, I really can't. Okay, so Jay's question is, I've got a US partner. Can he use his card to fund the co-op application tomorrow, even if my inner circle account is in my name? I believe that should be fine. However, just giving you a heads up, if you try to use his card to get in, it will likely get blocked by the payment processor because it looks suspicious.
Yeah, I've seen that happen actually. Today, we had that happen twice. We had 2 payment blocks.
And Norman, this is purely just something that we're experiencing right now. Right now, on our main UnBox account, when we log in there, and this happened, like I was on a call with Kevin like 3 hours ago, and when you log in there, we have money being generated in that account from something every day, whether it's coming from the e-commerce side, or it's coming from the network sales side, or it's coming from preferred partner applications, or it's coming from somebody joining. There is money being generated every single day from all these different things. Our intention is for you to have that same experience within R.I.S.E, where every day something is generating. Somebody might be joining the inner circle, somebody might be buying R.I.S.E.com, somebody might be buying the co-op. We want something to be happening every single day for you inside R.I.S.E as well. But there has to be a critical mass that you get to before those things start happening. So the first aim is to get you to that critical mass. That's why we're trying to get as many people as possible onto the co-op. Doing the server upgrades and doing all these different things, that's a part of that. The second step of that is, okay, now let's offer a wide range of products and services that speak to different people. Some of them will be into the R.I.S.E.com side, some of them will be not. Some of them will be into the co-op side. Somebody will want inner circle. And then we have 3 other products planned over this year. And all of those are designed to get you commissions. So that's the whole idea there. I'm glad you like that explanation. So
it's funny because we've had this conversation so many times, Hitesh, and this is the way you guys should be thinking about it too. Most companies have one mechanism to make money for you to generate an income. And what we're already seeing is multiple mechanisms kicking into place. People getting in the inner circle, co-op commissions. Now we have EOS back there, and then you look on the UnBox side, we have people buying e-commerce products, people getting CBDs, they're getting natural essential oils, they're going over and placing orders on Smokewell. And then when Carefree Now kicks in, what's going to happen there? Right? There's 12 different ways that eventually you'll be able to monetize that. So it doesn't matter in a lot of things. that you look at, you want to look at the overall economic activity that is happening versus kind of hanging your hat on one particular vertical, because people are going to be able, you're going to be able to monetize folks in ways that you never could in any other program. And we want to see you guys all having multiple income streams coming down, right? Whether it be from the medical space, whether it be from the tort space, whether it be from their purchasing products, whether it be from you guys bringing on wholesalers. There's so many ways to make money in this platform, and that's what you want. There's multiple income streams happening for you. We're seeing that, and it's our job to make sure that you guys can see that as well. And Jay, were you having a problem with the fraud flagging?
No. He's saying that the fraud flag that I mentioned, that if he tries to use his business partner's card, but if your business partner logs into the account and makes the purchase himself, I don't think there'll be an issue with that. Okay, Michael, let's address your question. I have a Shopify store. Can it be used for anything within the RISE and UnBox system? Absolutely. If you have a Shopify store and it has any kind of overlap with the products that UnBox offers, then you can actually say on your store that you are currently, well, actually, one of the things you could do is actually literally sell the gift cards on the store, just like you would sell gift cards on eBay. You can actually put up for sale a $10 metabolic design gift card for $7 or $8 or whatever. And you can actually have people buying the gift card thinking that they've just double dipped and gotten a really good deal, and then going ahead and purchasing the product and you getting paid on that as well. Okay, so there's all sorts of fun tricks that you can use to get more profitable, as if you have access to traffic on your own Shopify store. But of course, it depends on if you're getting the views there, right? So yes, you can also list products on your Shopify store that are from UnBox. And when somebody goes to actually click on purchasing it, it actually just says, this product is currently only available through our partner website. Click here to continue. They'll click there and they'll be taken to the metabolic design store or whatever it is.
Yep. And be on the webinar tomorrow. If you see on my screen here, guys, if you're in the inner circle, go register for this webinar right here. If you get on this webinar, we're going to be going over the co-op stuff and all that happy jazz again. And we'll be opening up for you guys.
Can you post the Cliff Notes somewhere? If we made Cliff Notes of every webinar we did, I don't think we would get anything else done. So I'm very sorry to say, I don't know if we could. I think what I can do is post a short little paragraph or some bullet points, and I can post those in the Facebook group at some point, and that can hopefully be helpful. Do you expect this to be around for years? I do, but it doesn't matter, right? It's irrelevant what I think about it. Let me put it this way. We would not be building something that we did not expect to be around for years. And frankly, we want to build something that will have a longer lifespan than dropshipping. Dropshipping, anybody who got into it, and maybe Kevin, you remember right in the beginning when we first started with the dropshipping stuff, that was one of my concerns was, okay, this is basically margin exploitation. Okay, that's what it is. And Jeff Bezos actually says a thing. It's a very scary thing for most businesses. He likes to say this. He says, your margin is my next opportunity. Essentially what that means is that in a truly free economy, whenever there is a big margin, whenever there's open margin to be exploited, people will move in that space and they will exploit that margin until it goes away. And that's what has happened. That margin has essentially gone away. So it is very important from our perspective to build a business around a system where that margin is protected in some manner. Now, we know that the margin is protected in the healthcare space, for example, because of many different reasons. But many of the product types that these guys are putting out there, and many of the things they're putting out there, are not accessible to vast majority of people easily. Okay, this is not stuff that anybody who wants to do it, they can just tomorrow say, I'm going to start growing smokable hemp and start selling it. You can't just do that, right? There is a lot that goes into it. So we are looking for things where that margin is not easy for it to just go away. So that's one factor. The second factor is, for us, a very important factor is making sure that we develop a core group of people who have enough market control and the ability to move traffic, that no matter what happens, if we need to change products and change industry and change everything else, we can do it easily, because you are not depending on Amazon to give you traffic. Because when Amazon kicks you off or buys out your product and shows up on the listing themselves, you are done. Your business is over. So you cannot build a business in a way where you are dependent on somebody else for everything about it. So I'm happy to outsource my fulfillment, my product sourcing, my market research. I'm happy to outsource all of that to UnBox, but I want to be in control of the traffic. I want to be in control of everything else. And that's why we are building Rise the way that we are, so that we have that control. And even if something goes wrong and something goes down with UnBox, where they're like, look, we can't do this anymore, which I don't expect, at least we are all prepared that it's not going to destroy our businesses. And that's honestly the way you have to think. It's somewhat nihilistic. I get that. Some people think that it's very negative, but that's honestly the way you have to think about your business. Am I going to be protected in case of a downturn? And that's what look, I can ask you guys right now, how many of you here sold something in e-commerce space, and then because another seller or Amazon itself or somebody else came on there, your business was done? Pretty much everyone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The number of people.
It's crazy.
That's what happens. And that's why you have to be able to control the two essential portions, the traffic and the customer loyalty. You have to be able to control that. And that's what RiseNetwork is around for. That's really what RiseNetwork is there to do, is to help scale up the traffic side and help you create your own business. You guys, I'm telling you right now, right here on this call, the people who are on here, you have probably brought to Amazon billions of dollars worth of GMV, okay? Billions. And you don't have a single customer from it. And I want you to really think about what that means. You don't have a single customer to your name, despite all the people you brought to Amazon or all the products you brought, all the sales you made. Now, I know that in many cases, maybe 80% of your sales were there because of Amazon's own traffic. But the 20% that you did contribute, there's nothing you can do to ever get that. They lock you out of that. You have no control over it. You have no access to that. And you can't put yourself in that position. And that's one of the beautiful things about UnBox. They're very much designed with the social commerce idea in their mind. They're all about having open access. They're all about making sure that you guys have access to your buyers. We were very insistent on that, and we didn't even have to be, because they knew that themselves. And honestly, some of the stuff that they want to do on the block commerce and e-commerce side, that's going to continue happening. So overall, long story short, my expectations are totally irrelevant. You guys have to make the decision yourself, that is this a business model that gives you control over the essential portions of your business, where if something goes wrong, you still have something to work with, where you're not back to square one and starting from scratch. And I think this business model fits that description. So I'm happy with it.
And it's crazy. It makes me mad when you talk about that. I mean, I get from Amazon's standpoint, but just looking at the feedback in the comments of how many people went and brought them so much business only to be locked out of those accounts or have no customer loyalty, right? Nothing. They don't even have a list. They don't have even nothing. So it's bad. It's horrible. And you think about that, translates over to a lot of different companies out there. Go join an MLM. Go join an MLM right now, and then post about something else on your Facebook wall and watch how quickly they'll take your check away from you. Right? That's a fundamental difference, guys, is that you're building a business that can keep growing, and with the work that you're doing right now to build your business and grow an income, you can turn around and keep scaling that. And if something happens, we can pivot in RiseNetwork, and we can move models if we need to, right? You don't have that in another company. It doesn't exist. The other company will just kick you out. I've been kicked out of MLM companies before, basically because they didn't want to pay me, right, is what it came down to. So you have so much control over your business here. And I hope that sinks in for those of you who have done other things in the past, that this is something that is real. It's something that's legit. It's something that you can make money with multiple different products in multiple different industries to the same list. It's nutty. It's crazy. The opportunities are insane here. And so, 2020, I keep telling you guys, should be your benchmark year. And we have the system in place. And you've got people that are going to just, all we're going to do is keep making things better and better and better. Nothing's ever perfect. That world doesn't exist. But we make things better and better and better as time goes by. And we do this with your benefit in mind. What can you guys do? How much money can our members make? And I think that that's what all great companies and all great communities are based off of. It's always based off of what's best for the members. What's going to get the most amount of money in our members' pockets? And that's what we focus on. So when you see us make a change, or you see us do an upgrade, or you see us change how we do something, it's because we know that that's going to be better for our members, right? Not necessarily better from us, right? A lot of times we give stuff away. It happens. We do it. It's not good for us, but it's good for our members. And that's the difference between being here and being with anything else that is out there, period. So those of you who are new to this stuff, you are in the right place to build for 2020 and beyond. We're not going anywhere. We might switch out game plans as time goes by. Who knows? We'll see. You got to move with the economy. You got to move with what is happening out there in the world. But one thing that we'll always do is we'll always take care of you guys first. We'll take care of you first to make sure that you are taken care of and you can grow an income right alongside our business model. And that's what it's all about. So if you guys agree with any of that, just let me know. Let me know in the chat.
All right. This is getting too sappy, guys. Let's talk about money again.
No, but that's the way they make money, right? Crazy. You're crazy. All right, guys. Hey, get on this webinar tomorrow. Okay. Get on this
Jay,
webinar.
regarding your question, really quick, the price for the co-op is $199 exactly. There's not a minimum or a maximum. It's exactly $199 to join the co-op. So figure that out. And please, no matter what, do not feel like it's a rush and you have to get in tomorrow or else something terrible is going to happen. Do things also with a sense of convenience around it. We do want you to join the co-op if that is, what you want to do, but don't feel like if you don't get in tomorrow, it's the end of the world. Just keep that in mind. I would prefer people to do the right decision instead of making a decision where you hurt yourself financially trying to make that happen. Okay. I think that's, it's a one-time cost, guys. It's not an every month. You don't commit to a monthly $199. It's just a one-time to get in on the co-op. And after that, you decide when you want more traffic. You just buy more traffic whenever you're ready.
Yep. And we'll go through all that stuff tomorrow, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Alrighty, guys. We really appreciate it. And we will see you all tomorrow on the Inner Circle webinar.
Night.